What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? And we are back on this Friday at 1:11 p.m., 8/26/2022, as we narrow down the month of August. We are days away from starting the regular season of the NFL as the teams prepare for their last preseason game. And yours truly, the Dallas Cowboys, play tonight, 7 o'clock p.m., which I'm going to miss some of that game. But anyway, I'll be able to drop in and catch up where I can when I get home. But, yeah, that's where we are, guys. We are at our final preseason game of the year before season kicks off, and our first game is at home against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady and his team. So that's going to be something to see. So before I get started, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that's a part of this channel, a part of this Cowboy Huddle, where we come together and talk Cowboy talk. Thank you to all the subscribers that has been with us since day one. I definitely really appreciate everyone that has been supporting this channel and participating in what we're doing. So I'm back from Frisco. Had a great time in Frisco, 3 days out there. Had a chance to see a lot of the stuff that went on out there. As far as the practices that went on, being around some diehard fans was definitely a plus. I mean, when you come together and, everybody's rocking the same logo, representing the same team, man, there's no other feeling like that. So met a lot of new people out there that should be networking with us with the channel. Even saw some folks from other organizations that was out there. Sneaky G was there. Sneaky G is always, in the loop when something goes on in the DFW. Being a man from DFW, but he's a Giants fan. But we had a good time with him, with Super Cowboy. We had a great time visiting with him. I forget the other guys that were out there. But everybody that I had a chance to interview, man, thank you guys for supporting the channel and subscribing. And hey, let's get ready to rumble as we get ready for the season. So let's get right into this, man. And I'm sure everybody is aware of what has taken place, but it's something that needs to be talked about. Hold on, let me put my phone on silent so we won't be interrupted while we're doing this show. It always seems to happen, never fails that it happens, that the phone will ring when we're doing a recording or doing a live. So the latest news, which we all know, that is that Tyron Smith is out. He's going to be out for a while. I reported on this at the Star, but it's been told that he has a avulsion fracture of the knee. So basically saying something about the hamstring where it has been torn from the back of the knee. So again, before the season has started. And this is something that I saw also. So it was talking about something about Mike McCarthy. Let me see if I can get this to come up. Something about Mike McCarthy. So according to RJ Ocho, he said, when the months of December arrives, Mike McCarthy will have coached 45 games with the Dallas Cowboys. Tyron Smith will have missed 31 of them. Jerry Jones expect Tyron to be back some point of this season. Now let's remember Tyron Smith is 31 years old. A lot of miles on this man. There's a lot of miles. And I understand, it's like, you having an older car because you like the older car, it's paid for and everything. But, I've experienced that. Once you pay off a car, you want to keep it. It seems like you might not have to make monthly payments, but you're going to pay maintenance fees. Because with the miles on that vehicle comes repairs. Okay? So I had paid off my car. Said, man, woo-wee. I paid it off and I'm driving around, but at the same time, my dashboard was lit up like a stoplight. But it was paid for. All light was on, brake light was on, transmission light was on. It was shaking. But guess what? It was paid for. Because it was 2007 and it was 2012, 13, somewhere off in there. So here we are with Tyron Smith, 31 years old. I think he came in the league back in 2000. What was it? He's been in the league for 10 years almost. A lot of miles. But Jerry Jones says that he will return at some point of this season. And when he does return, it will be perfect timing. I did a video, I think about a month ago, I did a video looking at the depth chart. And I had mentioned, I said, man, this defensive side of the ball is really deep. Really, really deep. And it is. I mean, there's a lot to pull from on the defensive side of the ball. But then when you look at the offensive side of the ball, it's very thin. Very, very thin at all positions. You're having some centers, backup centers playing guard, some backup guards playing center, whatever the case. But it's very, very thin on this offensive side of the ball. So, which leads to the question, who will protect Dak? It's been told that the time that Tyron Smith is not in the game is a time that Dallas struggles. But again, the question lies, who will protect Dak? Now, there's a few names out there. The top two names is Tyler Smith and Andrew Whitworth. And we got something going back and forth with Dallas and Andrew Whitworth. Whitworth saying ain't nobody reached out and tried to contact me. And Dallas said, yeah, we have. And who knows? I think Whitworth is like, 31, something like 32 years old, something. I don't know. Can't remember. But he's up there in age. Been around a while. Another individual with a lot of miles on it, but can you get one season out of him? Yeah, you can change the tires, put new tires on it, give it an oil change. Change the spark plugs. Maybe you'll get about 20,000 miles out of it. I don't know. I mean, I'm just making the comparison because it's basically where we are with Tyron Smith. Dallas knew that this man had issues. But now we're looking for a fourth rounder, Josh Ball, or Walesko, which is a fifth rounder, to come in and be a starter. It don't work like that, guys. How can you expect Josh Ball to come in? And we've watched Josh Ball. Again, the level of play from collegiate to professional, totally different. Totally different. When my son came in the league in 2009, I went up against Tyron Smith. I said, oh, well, he a little young buck, played outside linebacker, big guy. Went up against Tyron Smith. I said, well, yeah, you shouldn't have no problem with Tyron Smith. Well, you know what he came back and said? No, Pops. Tyron Smith is all. He's that dude. Really? Well, he thought he was going to go in there and come in there with some of that Texas Tech, spin move and whatever. He goes around the edge, dips his shoulder, does a spin move, and guess what? Tyron Smith's still standing right there. He said, no, little fella. I've seen that. I've seen that before. Try something else. See, there's a difference between collegiate ball and professional ball because guess what? You are dealing with professionals. It's no longer, when it becomes professional, it's no longer a sport. It's a job. It's an actual job now. These guys are doing everything they can to keep their jobs. It's like a mechanic. Mechanic knows what he does. You're going to always take your car. I keep using that. To the best mechanic, not somebody that shade tree mechanic. You're going to take to the best mechanic. And these guys got to be the best mechanics out there on the field. So when he did the little spin move and Tyron Smith was still sitting there like looking at him like this, like, damn. No, little fella, you got to try that somewhere. I've seen that before. So here we are. And we're asking Josh Ball or Walesko or Tyler Smith, which we're going to talk about Tyler Smith in just a minute. I hope y'all got a minute because we're going to talk a little bit. We got to talk about some things, man. Because either we can believe a lie or accept the truth. It's all about how you paint the picture. Now, we can sit here and say, oh, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. We was all saying that yesterday out there at the field. We're all hyped up and everything. But like, what was his name? Nickelberry said, he said, I'm being realistic. What was his first name? I can't remember his first name, but Nickelberry said it. He said, I'm being realistic. We got to deal with this offensive line. And I think a lot of them were saying that. I think the guys from Garland, they were saying the same thing yesterday. Our biggest concern is their offensive line. I think everybody was saying that, offensive line. But Jerry is saying that we're okay. We're okay. We're going to work within. Okay. But let me say this here also. Jerry, I love what you do. I love the practice facility. I love the AT&T facility. I love when we go to Oxnard. I love all that you do for the Dallas Cowboys. But that's exactly what I need you to do, and to do only. Why? Let me say this again. Why do we listen to Jerry Jones when it comes to talking about players? What are we getting from Jerry Jones talking about the possibility of players? And we're not hearing this from the coaches. We're hearing this from the owner. And this in itself just shows me that our head coach, a lot of our coaches basically are, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Time will tell. But we're not even hearing this from the coaches, not from the offensive coordinator, not from the offensive line coach, not from the head coach. We are hearing all these things from Jerry Jones, the owner. Again, like I said, guys, we could either believe a lie or accept the truth that Jerry Jones needs to stay in the businessman position and let the coach make these decisions of what needs to happen. So basically, after what Jerry's saying, Jerry is more saying that we're fine. So he's not willing to go out and try to find a veteran swing tackle. So you know what that means? Mike McCarthy's hands are tied. Joe Philbin's hands are tied. Will McClay hands are tied. If this is coming from your owner, now for whatever reason, Tyler Smith has been working in and out at guard position against Conor McGregor. Not Conor McGregor. What's the boy name? Conor McGovern. Whatever reason, you got your first round pick working in and out at the guard position against Conor McGovern. Have no idea why. The whole time while he's rotating in and out with the first team, second team, Tyler Smith, now it's a possibility, hey, we might want to move him to tackle. But he hadn't played a down at tackle throughout the training camp. Because we want to watch Josh Ball. We want to watch Walesko, which, if I'm not mistaken, Walesko had an injury when we brought him in. Sure enough, he's hurt again. Now, Walesko is a big guy. He's about as big as Tyron Smith. I'm kid you not. Number 71. Big guy. But it has yet to be seen if this guy can even, are you talking about a fifth rounder? If you are a fifth rounder, that means the collegiate at the collegiate level, they've been the schools kept you covered up. The Alabamas, the Clemsons, and these big the top five. Maybe they just overlooked you, but you was a fifth round draft pick. So now we're talking about possibility of Tyler Smith playing tackle, which right now he's dealing with an ankle situation. Comparing Tyler Smith to Tyron Smith and Walesko, he's a shouty. He's a shouty, man. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like I say, I could get over here and tell you a lie, or I can tell you the truth. He's a shorty compared to Tyron Smith and Walesko and Josh Ball. These guys are about 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". And we're going to ask this rookie to play this left tackle position at 6'4". Wingspan's a lot smaller, a lot shorter than these other three guys. And knowing the history of Tyler Smith and his penalties that he committed at the collegiate level, baby, he's going to have a whole bunch of them up there in the professional level. Now, again, like I said, I can tell you a lie and say it's going to be all right. And woo, Tyler Smith getting on. I have concerns. Or we can accept the truth. So, don't know. But what I do know is why in the hell are we listening to Jerry Jones predict and make all these assumptions and these decisions for our players? You are the owner, Mr. Jones, not the coach. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be very interesting to see how this season plays out if we don't start stacking our offensive line. Here it is, getting ready to go into season. Now we're looking for linemen. So I'm excited tonight to see what happens. I mean, let's see at the left tackle position. What's going on with my deal? Well, Matt Walesko, which he's still injured. Avante Collins. Then we have, I don't even know if Amon Simon is still here. These guys are behind Walesko. And no, we can't ask Zach Martin to play tackle. That's not his job. His job is to play guard. Not saying that he can't, but why should we? Just imagine if we still had Lael Collins here. Just imagine if we had Cedric Wilson or Amari Cooper still here. You know what that means? Terrence Steele slides back over to the left tackle. And guess what? You move Lael Collins after that tackle position on that right side. Oh, he still has that tackle position. You know, sometimes I think we get into our feelings, and I think we have a lot of that with this team and the staff. Joe Philbin, I personally think it was personal that he let Lael Collins go. Maybe didn't like him. I don't know. Same as Amari Cooper. But here we are looking for a receiver. So, again, we have offensive line issues. And it's going to be something to see how they fix this in a short period of time before the first game. So tonight will be another evaluation for some of these guys that's trying to make the roster, trying to make a cut. Not sure if we're going to see a dress rehearsal from our first team. Oh, my gosh. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute about this offense, this our quarterback and the play calling. But, yeah, tonight, let's keep our eye on T.J. Vasher, see if he gets any playing time. Let's keep our eye on Simi Fehoko, which I think he's going to make the squad. Just thinking about some guys. Let's see. Let me go through here. Let's see some of these guys. We still have the battle at the third position at running back between Rico Dowdle and Malik Davis. So that's going to be interesting. Let's look at this tight end position. You know, we still have McKeon and we have Jake Ferguson, and along with Dalton Schultz. So Jeremy Sprinkle was cut. Then also let's look at this backup quarterback battle. Will Grier and Cooper Rush. So moving right along to some other things. And there's 3 things I had posted a video on a couple of weeks ago. And those 3 things I said to watch for was the penalties, play calling, wide receiver, quarterback battle. Penalties. As far as what I saw, I told you my phone was going to ring. What I saw while I was at the practice facility. And I posted this in an earlier video. So, penalties, yeah, they continue. No accountability. One time was accountability. T.J. Vasher jumped outside, ran down the field. Nobody went downfield but T.J. Vasher. Pulled him out. Defensive side, there wasn't no accountability. Run it again. So we continue to see the penalties. I saw because of the penalties we go from 1st to 10 to 2nd and 20 to 3rd and 20. Play calling was another thing I said watch for. On the Wednesday night, was it the Wednesday night? It was a Wednesday night practice. The offense started off really, really slow, which caused me to question, is our defense that good, or is our offense actually struggling? Now, I take nothing away from this defense. This defense going to be in the top 5, I tell you that. But our offense should be able to counter. That defense was breaking down that pocket so fast and causing Dak to hurry, make his throws. Yeah. Had him hurrying so much to where he just throwing the ball up, throwing it out of bounds, throwing it over the heads. But where's the check downs? Where's the quick release? If you know that this defense is coming as hard as it's coming, it's bringing pressure, you always have to have a check down to get rid of the ball. I didn't see no check down. Very few of them. But if you had to grade the scrimmage between offense and defense, defense wins. So it's possible that we might see a dress rehearsal tonight with the first team, not sure. But as I reported on a video the other day after practice, the Wednesday practice, there were some concerns with Dak and boy one to Kellen Moore after the practice. They was in the middle of the field. They were kind of talking. You could see the concern on Dak's face, like as if he was asking questions. And you could see Kellen Moore doing this like, well, you know, like trying to explain himself. And that went on for some time out there in the middle of the field. You know, you're talking as if, you know, these play calling or something. I'm just making an assumption. But through the body language of what I saw, Dak wasn't really happy with way the practice went and way the offense sputtered. But there was also someone else that was unhappy. CeeDee Lamb. He was an unhappy camper. Yeah, maybe it wasn't no big deal. Maybe, you know, maybe he's talking about, you know, he's worried about his girlfriend. You know, she steady bugging him or something. Or maybe, you know, somebody keep talking about him while he's on the field. But say what you may, but there was a concern with CeeDee Lamb as far as getting open, being overthrown, not getting the ball. But we want to send Amari Cooper on his way because he talking about me. Get rid of him. Okay. One of the best route runners there is in the league. I don't care what nobody say. This man's probably one of the best route runners in the league. And here we are, not really certain on Jalen Tolbert. Not really certain on Dennis Houston. Woo, guys. Well, let's just see how the night turns out. Let's just see how the night turns out. Again, we still have the wide receiver battle. Trying to see who's going to be maybe the second and third receiver. And the quarterback battle between Will Grier and Cooper Rush. I just don't see the fire, guys. I don't see the toughness. I don't see defensive side. I see all the toughness in the world. These guys on the defensive side, they don't play. They do not play. But this offensive side of the ball, I'm gonna be first to call it, guys. Y'all can say what you want to. They soft. Now, again, like I say, we can believe a lie or we can accept the truth. Now, I'm just telling you what I experienced from being at the training camp. Okay? Not sure what you guys are watching, but I'm reporting what I saw at the training camp in Frisco. I don't know where the toughness is. Offensive line. Dak, you know, he talks a little trash or whatever. But I'm at the point now, Dak, either you put up or you shut up, bro. No more excuses, no more talk. And we can say, you know, Stephen A. don't know what he's talking about. Stephen A., he got some good points. He has some valid points. In order to be better, you got to do better. Jerry, let your coaches coach. And you mind the buildings and sign the paychecks. It's your boy, G, the #1 Cowboy fan, Hampton.